On the debate tonight is Colonel V.N. Thapar, defense analyst, Ratan Sharda of the RSS, in the studio Sudheendra Kulkarni, columnist and author, Mayank Shekhar, film critic, Major Gaurav Arya, defense analyst and expert on Kashmir, has served there, and Malavika Avinash is an actor joining us from Bengaluru. My first question is to Puri. Mr. Puri, good evening and welcome. I know what you will do.
Good evening.
I know you will say I am very sorry. Because since yesterday, over the last 24 hours, I know you will say I am very sorry.
You are right.
I will apologize. I will, I will apologize, etc. And you want to get away with it.
Wait.
Arnab, my question to you, Mr. Puri, and listen to my question. Listen to my question.
Did you show?
Listen to my question.
What I heard.
Yeah. Listen to my question. Listen to my question, sir. Don't raise your voice with me tonight, sir.
Boliye. Yes, go ahead.
Don't raise your voice with me. I'm not. If you raise your voice, I'll raise my voice with you. Till then, I will show you the respect.
No.
Mr. Puri, my question to you is that how could you? You said yesterday. You said yesterday.
You have played.
You have said yesterday
something.
I have seen your comment.
What did you play? My apology. Why did you play? Why did you play my apology? I am listening to you. Before you spoke to me, there was a tape going on where I spoke to another channel confessing my guilt. Now, did you or it accidentally happened, or did you actually show it?
Sir, don't try any stunts on me. I played the tape where you were apologizing, and here's my question to you. Listen to me, sir. My question to you is that even though you have apologized, your comment yesterday was, did we force him to join the army? Right? You said that comment was about the 24-year-old young man from Etawah. Okay? And you said, did we force him, who gave up his life fighting the terrorist till his last breath, Nitin Kumar of the BSF. On that debate, you said, did we force him to join the army? Who forced him to join the army? My question to you is, how could you even think of making that kind of comment, Mr. Puri?
I'm guilty. I'm guilty. Arnab, Goswami.
That's it, right? I'm guilty.
I'm ashamed. I'm guilty.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So what did you mean by it? Who forced him to join? Who forced him to join the BSF and give up his life? What did you mean by it? Nobody forced him.
I said I'm guilty.
I'm telling you something.
Now.
I'm telling you something. You think those two words will make you get away? Mr. Puri, listen to me. Nobody forced Constable Nitin Kumar to join the BSF.
I don't want to get away. I want to be punished, Mr. Arnab Goswami. I want to be punished. I want to be punished by the army. I want to go to the army court.
Don't try your filmy.
I don't want to defend myself. Punish me.
Sir, don't try those stunts on me.
Come on. You are the one.
Don't try your stunts.
You are the one. I'm sure you are a singer. From the lower key, you go to the highest key. You don't let anybody speak. Hang me. Come on.
Shameful.
Stunts.
Obviously,
you media people make bloody stunts. You've been playing with this petty subject for last 7 days.
What is the petty subject?
Salman Khan said this.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Nobody forced Constable Nitin Kumar to join the BSF, Puri.
Go ahead.
Nobody forced Constable Nitin Kumar to join the BSF. It was he who fought the terrorists.
My father was in the army.
Don't keep, please, when you are spoken to, learn to listen, Mr. Puri. I am asking you whether you know that Nitin Kumar fought the terrorists and prevented them from entering the 46th Rashtriya Rifles camp. Nobody forced him to join the BSF.
Yes.
What did you mean by that?
You are right.
So why did you say? Why did you say?
Guilty. I'm telling the whole nation. I don't know.
You know, problem with you is
who was talking to me.
The problem with you. The problem with you is the problem. The problem with the
suddenly, like all of you do it.
Puri, listen to me. In 2003,
yes, my dear.
In 2003, you acted in a film called Dhoop.
Yes.
Based on and don't interrupt me, okay, Puri? Based on the experience of the parents of a Kargil martyr, do not speak over me, sir. I am not speaking over you, Mr. Puri. I am not speaking over you, Mr. Puri. Don't do this.
Go ahead.
You act in a film as the father of a Kargil martyr, Anuj Nair. You play his father, right? Who loses his son in the Kargil war and has to run from pillar to post and fight a corrupt system to secure a petrol pump that has been allotted to him by the government. Do you actors even feel anything in reality, or do you just play these roles on air, on reel? Do you feel anything, or are you just, completely callous? How could you make that comment yesterday, Puri? How could you? Explain what went in your mind when you made that comment.
Arnab ji, did you see the film? Did you see the film?
Puri, you want me to give you the full synopsis of the film? I'll give you right now. I have seen the film. But having seen the film, I come to the conclusion that people like you only know how to portray the emotions of a martyr's family only on screen. Whereas in real life, you display the insensitivity that you showed yesterday when you said, who asked that BSF young man to join the BSF and lose his life for the country?
Arnab, in our class of actors, you would have been a star today.
Don't respond with your superficial. Answer my question. Don't respond with your superficial. Don't respond with your superficial histrionics, Mr. Puri. I'm asking you a question. Answer me.
All right. You are no less, Arnab. Come on. Go ahead.
In the way in which you behave today, Puri, I see. You know what? I see no remorse. I see absolutely no sense of an apology.
Remorse?
And the way you have behaved in the last 15 minutes on this program has shown you for what you really are. You actually feel nothing. Your comments yesterday exposed your hypocrisy. And today you are behaving in an even more callous manner before a national audience, Mr. Puri. I'd like to get some comments in from Colonel Thapar, who is on the program tonight. Colonel Thapar, does this look to you to be an apology? Colonel Thapar.
No. He is very contemptuous. Now, Puri had acted as his father, and for that movie he gave a lot of comments about the bravery and about everything else, about the duty and that kind of a thing, and how he was moved by that martyr. Now, those comments are in the newspapers. So therefore, today when he turns around and says something so contemptuous, so pathetic, so distasteful, just saying sorry for it is not enough. As far as his punishment is concerned, I think he's already earned his punishment with the disdain and the hatred with which people are looking at him today.
There's nothing to say. I think this entire episode here is bringing to light the larger issue which Ratan, Sharda and Mayank, Shekhar, Sudheendra, Kulkarni and Major Gaurav, Arya we've been talking about over the last few days. Major Arya, you've served in the forces here today, right? I'm an army officer's son, right? My sister is in the forces, my brother-in-law is in the army. I'm proud of every one of them. We have our entire family in the forces. I'm asking you here today, when you see this kind of a reaction, do you see any sense of remorse in Om Puri? And actually, I'm telling you, there isn't any. I think today, for that small section, right, of Bollywood, I think they are more concerned about whether their next film starring a Pakistani star is going to do well in the box office. Some people are only concerned about that. They are not concerned about the reality, how the people in this country think, or anything else. Gaurav, Arya, please.
No, I don't see any remorse, Arnab. Because had there been any remorse, he would not have quoted the Salman Khan episode. Now, Salman Khan and other actors like Karan Johar and other people who have supported the Pakistani actors should realize one plain simple fact. That, this war that we are fighting with Pakistan, this struggle that we are doing against Pakistan is not just the responsibility of the soldier. It is everybody's responsibility. It cannot be that my brothers are dying on the line of control and Karan Johar is making merry with Fawad Khan or Salman Khan is supporting some Pakistani actor. How would they feel if an Indian army soldier crossed the line of control and shook hands with a Pakistani soldier? This is not a personal fight that we are fighting. We are fighting for Om Puri, we are fighting for Salman Khan, we are fighting for Karan Johar, and we are fighting for 1.2 billion Indians. They want to go to parties, they want to do their movies. When we die on the border, this is absolutely not acceptable. Everybody must bear the burden of this war against Pakistan, this fight against terror.
You know, I think Om Puri would have made comments about army bravery if he was to be marketing his movie Dhoop today. And I'm telling you, certain Bollywood personalities will only be worried today that will our next movie, if it features a Pakistani star, do well at the box office. That is all that they think and all that they are concerned about.
And any respectable Indian should boycott those films.
Yes.
And I just want to say...
Colonel Thapar was making a point. Colonel Thapar, what were you saying?
May I speak, please?
Colonel Thapar, please.
Any self-respecting Indian, he should boycott those films. There are enough number of movies being released on the Indian themes, they can see them. The film, whatever Salman Khan is today, whatever Puri is today, it is what the Indian country has made them, what the Indian nation has made them, not the Pakistani actors. And listen to what the Pakistani actors, what the Pakistani cricketers have said today. Your blood will boil.
You know, Om Puri, Om Puri, yes, we're getting a lot of responses. Malavika, Avinash also wants to come in.
May I speak?
You know, anybody says today, don't let the stars, the so-called stars, this so-called Bollywood, has no responsibility towards India. That is essentially, everybody else has to bear any burden of responsibility or the pride of responsibility for the country. That's a better way of putting it. But don't ask us. We are stars. We are shallow by nature. We are artists. We are thinkers. We don't care anything. What is happening in the country doesn't matter to us in the least. Om Puri, listen today. If you have a conscience today, you should be more concerned about what's happening in the country than what's going to happen to your next film or your next film project, Mr. Om Puri. Avinash, Malavika Avinash wants to make a point to you. Malavika Avinash.
You see, I come from the southern film industry, and I recall stories of yesteryear actors from South India who carry the contingent of actors while the Chinese attacked us to perform for the soldiers. Such was the patriotism, and we haven't lost it. I feel extremely sorry that Mr. Puri even spoke this insensitively yesterday and continues to cut such a sorry figure. I don't think he speaks for the artist fraternity at large. All of us artists feel as much as every Indian does for what the soldiers are going through at the border. The situation is highly escalated on either side. We are losing lives, and lives to whom? Not to the other army, but to terrorists. And it's really, really incumbent on all artists of this country to stand up for the army and for the forces and show our solidarity towards them. Our business does not depend on any Pakistani actor. If at all it does, it's for them. They come and make a living here, And let me also tell you that South India has a bustling film industry.
Yes, Malavika.
We do films worth hundreds of crores, and we've not required any Pakistani actors. Have you seen a Pakistani actor in Bahubali or any of Rajinikanth's blockbusters? What is this whole explanation about actors having to get work in Bombay? I think at a time like this, we need to stand with the forces and for the forces.
Answer her,
and there's
Puri.
no compromise on that.
Answer her,
There's
Puri.
no compromise on that. I think all actors, I really respected Mr. Puri for his work all these years, including Doop. But today, I am really sorry that he speaks this way on behalf of my fraternity. I am really hurt and I'm sorry that he is behaving this way.
I hope, Mr. Puri, your pride has come down a notch or two
Listen, Malavika.
since yesterday. Yes, Malavika. Respond to Malavika. I hope your arrogance, your pride, the way in which you spoke
Malavika.
yesterday has come down a notch or two today. Puri, respond to Malavika, Avinash.
Malavika, I absolutely agree with you. I am proud of the, fact we are not dependent on actors. The only thing I said was about Salman Khan, that I saw him on the clip. He said they are not terrorists, they are actors and they have valid visas. That's all he had said. And now for last 1 week,
Sir,
it's
we are
been
not
going
planning-
on.
No, one second. No, one second. No, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Who said they are terrorists? Sorry. 1 second. Just 1 minute. Mr. Puri, typical twisting of facts. You think you'll get away with it on Newshour? 1 minute. Who said they are terrorists? You want to answer your own ridiculous statements, Mr. Puri. Realize you people, you spread
I am
falsehoods
saying
and then respond to them.
Salman
Mr. Puri,
Khan-
Mr. Puri, let me
Arya.
complete my point. Let me complete my point, Mr. Puri. I have not finished. Nobody said Pakistani stars are terrorists.
But
you
Mr. Arnab,
no, Mr. Puri. Mr. Puri, let me complete my point and then respond. This is a lumpen argument.
No,
this is a
you're not
lumpen
listening to
argument.
me.
Nobody said they are
Mr.
terrorists.
Salman
All that
Khan
was
said
said was
they
that
are
all
not
that was said is that
terrorists.
Fawad
They
Khan
have
and
a-
Myra Khan
they
and
have a
everyone
valid
else
visa.
should speak out against terrorism. Nobody called them terrorists. They said speak out against terrorism. Why is it so
I'm saying,
difficult?
Arnab,
And Salman Khan was answering a question
what-
as to why they don't speak out against terrorism.
You don't,
Is it enough if
you
they are
don't let
diplomatically and
anybody
politically
speak.
isolated?
I am saying this is what Salman Khan had said. And what I have been saying, that please let the government say.
I think we all heard what
not
Salman
only
Khan said.
actors
One
from
sec.
the film
I think
industry,
Colonel Thapar wants to
all
come in
the
as well.
Pakistanis
Colonel Thapar is also into the
are-
debate. Colonel Thapar, then we'll come in. No, one
whether
sec.
they
Point
have
by
to do
point,
business.
fact
What
by
he
fact
said
and
is
bit
one
by
thing.
bit, we'll question you today. Yes.
What he said is one thing, what he implied is another thing. And second thing is, what made him make this statement at all? There are hundreds of leading heroes in the industry. None of them have made any such statement. What made him make this statement? What did he imply?
And
What
whenever
statement?
Salman Khan opens his mouth, he gets into trouble because
What
he has
did I
got
say?
this huge history of making irresponsible statements.
No.
Nothing.
And Mr. Ompuri,
Yeah, just say-
Mr. Ompuri, like you said,
Why?
he said
why,
that people come here with
why
visas.
Why is the Indian government not saying, go back, we give you 3 days notice?
No,
Your
nobody's
visa
told him
will
to go
be-
back. No,
Why?
Why should government say?
Ratan Sharda is making a point to you. First of all, this
Why
is
they not-
typical. No, 1 second. Puri, let me tell you something. What you are trying to do is a very well rehearsed, typical, pseudo-liberal gibberish. Where you present your own lumpen argument and then respond to it. Did anybody say ban them, throw them out? No. What was everybody saying? Why do these stars not speak against terrorism? When you speak on the Orlando shooting, or what happens in Paris, or you speak about what happens in Peshawar, then you're very vocal. But when an Indian soldier gets killed, you're very quiet. That's a rational argument. You want to present an irrational argument and then respond to it in your own irrational way. Remember, that's typical pseudo-liberal gibberish, Mr. Puri. Nobody said ban them, throw them out, not the Indian government, not us. Nobody said that.
Let me.
Your clique is being completely exposed You realize that, Mr. Puri? For the last 2 days on facts, you've not been able to hold your own. And if you tell me, Mr. Om Puri, if you tell me that art has no connection with people's pain, if you say that art has no connection with people's pain, I'll ask you to explain why you feel so. Why does art have no connection with people's pain? Are people pained in India or not? Ratan Sharda wants to make a point to you. Ratan Sharda.
Disabuse Mr. Om Puri regarding the so-called humanity of the artists. Atif Aslam, during a radio interview, at the end of the interview, when the RJ asked him to wish Indian people on the Independence Day, he simply refused. And I tell you, it simply refuses first-hand information with me. Point one. Point two, art is not pure commerce. Our Hollywood has missed people like Balraj Sahni, people like Sunil Dutt, people like Manoj Kumar, who were rooted to the soil, who worked for the people. Sunil Dutt went to the border, and here are people making joke about freedom of speech. They are talking about artists being away from the society. Is artist more of a privileged citizen than a farmer or than an industrialist or than a Fauji? Faujis are fighting for everybody. Here we are saying that let me do some commerce, make me some money and let everybody go to hell. It's a time of war. It's a duty of people to let these people go back. Pakistanis can be fine. We have nothing against art.
Respond to you. Om Puri.
What will he respond? I mean, he is making money out of Indo-Pak movies. I'm fine with it. Let Pakis come and enjoy their art, but not when the nation is at war. You cannot defend them when they are not ready to criticize anybody or any terror act. And they are here to they simply walk away when they want, and we are giving them undue respect for this. Mr. Om Puri, you are saying that Salman Khan, so nobody told that they are terrorists, nobody disrespected them. We simply said it's a time of war and we need not patronize them, and unless they criticize what is happening against Indian people, they have no right to be here and make money out of us and indirectly fund the terrorists and jihadi people. Is it not a fact that most of the film industry is, you are in the industry, you know, most of the Indian film industry is dominated by the mafia running from Dubai and from Karachi. Are you aware of this? And you're working in that mafia, that's why you are not able to speak up. You are scared of speaking up because you lose your lobby, you lose your films. The time is gone when all these leftist people could make cynical comments about Indian people. Now there is media which will speak up, will expose these kind of talks which are running away very easily as so-called intellectual talk in the name of freedom of speech.
Don't dismiss what he is saying.
I am so sad making a spectacle, Mr. Om Puri, making a spectacle of himself, such a respected artist, and making a spectacle not only himself, of the whole Hindi film industry. Where is Balraj Sahni whom you follow?
So long.
Please look at him, look at Sunil Dutt if nobody else.
Reply, Mr. Puri.
When I have defended the actor, show me one sentence. When I have defended the Pakistani actor,
Sir, just now you tried to say Salman Khan made a wrong point, and you are defending him. Where is the need? Just let him go away. Let him make a stupid comment. We are not worried. But you should not support such arguments.
Fine. Now relax. Can I answer you? Can I answer you now? I am not defending them. One, I only gave you an example what Salman Khan said on the TV, and just because of that, media is having a feast on that statement.
Feast?
No, Pakistani artists are anchored first. First, there was a demand for Pakistani artists to be boycotted, and then other people spoke up. So it's Indian people who have spoken up. Neither the government nor you.
I have never defended Pakistani.
And people are supported by some right-minded people within art industry and outside. You are living in an ivory tower.
Kal B and Thapar making a point, and then Sudheendra Kulkarni has to come in. Yeah, Sudheendra Kulkarni and Mayank haven't spoken. Kal Thapar.
Even if we concede what he says, he cannot get away, he cannot deny that he degraded the army soldiers. He insulted them. That is what is the point. Making statements like, who told him to join? A 24-year-old boy. Have you got a son, 24-year-old? Just think about him. What happens if he gets into that kind of a situation? Will you say a thing like that then?
Anyway, Om Puri, consider today. Bring it down a notch.
It is not electronics anyway.
And now to Sudheendra Kulkarni. Sudheendra Kulkarni, you've been on this program and you've also been part of this group. You see, I believe that your group has got it all wrong. I'll tell you why. because you believe that some people saying Bharat ki barbadi, Bharat tere tukde honge, inshallah, right? Statements like that, Burhan wani wali azadi. These are the kind of comments that were made in JNU. People like you felt at that time that anyone who questions what happens then is questioning the freedom of speech. And these statements, anybody can make statements, and the freedom of speech argument was misused at that point of time for that. Now in the context of, say, Salman Khan's comments, or the several other comments of people who say these stars should not have to say anything. Stars are stars, they live in their own bubble, they know nothing about politics, right? When everybody in this country feels very, very strongly about not one word coming out from these stars, people like you come out and say, well, don't drag the stars into it. I've seen the comments that you've made in several other contexts yesterday. Last time you came on the Newshour on 27 September, you said that pulling out of trade or water treaty is not going to end terrorism. This was your comment at that point of time. Is what I don't get is,
Arnab.
What I don't get is how do you think some cultural knot which you believe exists with the people of an enemy nation which is sponsoring terrorism can end terror either? If you answer that question, how does a cultural knot, right, with a country which is an enemy state which is sponsoring terrorism, how can that end terror either, Mr. Kulkarni?
I'm going to answer only if you don't interrupt me. Otherwise, I'll keep quiet. First, give me that word.
You need more time to prepare your answer, sir. Because
No, I want an assurance from you that you will not interrupt me.
So you want more time to prepare your answer, sir?
No, answer my question. I have asked you a question.
You want a little bit more time, I can give you more time. Are you on the defensive?
If you give me the assurance that you will not interrupt me, I'll answer your question, every single question. Otherwise, I'll not participate.
If I have to counter your point, I will. But
you have no respect for panelists whom you invite.
Well, if this is how you're going to respond to my question, you want me to repeat my question?
I thought that you base your questions on the basis of facts. I have never defended Burhan Wani. I have never defended anyone who says that Bharat ki barbadi. I have never sided with them.
Did people do that? Did people do that? During the case of JNU, did people do that or not?
I condemned them.
Good.
I condemned them.
Good. Now tell me about Salman Khan.
So I don't belong to that group.
Good. Now to answer my question, which I said, how do you think Fawad Khan acting in Bollywood is going to end terrorism?
Okay.
That it's so important for him to act that he doesn't need to take a position on people in India dying of terrorism. Yeah.
Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister, said that India exports software. India also exports something else. India exports soft power. And India's soft power has an enormous influence around the world, including in Pakistan. Our Prime Minister also said that we want to make the people of Pakistan our allies, our partners in the fight against terrorism. Soft power is important in that respect. Just as that we should have hard power whenever it is required, we should also mobilize and activate our soft power. Indian cinema is the strongest soft power that we have. I am proud of Indian cinema.
I say Fawad Khan should first make it very clear that he is against Pakistan-sponsored terrorism. Now, I want to know your problem with that.
Every true artist, whether Indian or Pakistani or any artist anywhere in the world, must speak out against terrorism.
I'm talking about Fawad Khan. I'm talking about Pakistani artists. I'm not talking about Brazilian or Puerto Rican or Sri Lankan or Nepalese. I'm talking about Pakistani artists.
Must condemn terrorism.
Fawad Khan?
Even he must condemn terrorism.
Myra Khan?
Must condemn terrorism.
Atif Aslam or whoever it is?
Beg your pardon?
Atif Aslam?
Every single artist must condemn terrorism, otherwise they are not artists.
So then please tell me, why don't they?
May I just speak here?
Why don't they?
No, if
why
they don't condemn terrorism, they are not true artists.
Yeah, good. Then why don't they?
No, it's a question that you should ask them.
No, then why don't they? What is your view?
I'm saying that they are not true artists if they don't condemn terrorism.
Then why does Salman Khan bat for them?
No, Salman Khan said that, you know, India
They are given visas by the... No, Salman Khan said... Salman Khan, you want to respond? Salman Khan said they have given visas by the Indian government.
See, Indian cinema, I am proud of Indian cinema, and let's not, you know, today let's not discredit the entire Indian cinema, because that's
Nobody's discrediting Indian cinema. I'm saying a narrow, small, isolated section of pseudo-liberals and also their cohorts in Bollywood.
We need more and more alliance between Indian artists and Pakistani artists.
During what time should we speak of visa as legal tender, which will allow a person to come and make money and give it to jihadis in Pakistan?
No, don't tarnish the entire Indian
if somebody
film industry,
says that
please.
I am not tarring these kind of people. I am tarring these kind of people who have no guts to criticize.
Film industry.
They have no guts to criticize terrorism. These are the kind of people. That is my problem. That the Bollywood industry today thinks of only money. These are people
alone is not
who are claiming
the problem.
to represent Bollywood, so-called Bollywood.
Military alone is not going to solve the problem.
What about other producers, directors, actors who are opposing this?
We need art, we need music, we need cinema.
They are fighting for India. There are good enough people who are standing up for India. So all artists should stand up.
All right, Mayank Shekhar is coming into the debate. Before that, Malavika, Avinash wanted to come in. We need ghazal recitals. They will promote situation between India and Pakistan. Piano recitals will improve. Maybe some Qawwali sessions will improve. Maybe some films will improve. Maybe if Fawad Khan acts in India, you know, Indian films without saying one word on Hafiz Saeed, maybe that will improve the situation. I don't know, sir, which bubble you live in.
70 years of candles.
What Mehdi Hassan? Do you want me to read out?
It makes no difference.
70 years.
Did it work? Did it work?
Hear this.
Did it work?
You don't want to hear this.
Did it work? Did it
Atal
work?
Bihari Vajpayee, when Mehdi Hassan was, you know, this was soon after Kargil.
Yeah.
He wrote a letter.
Yeah, so?
You know,
how did it help?
Appreciating, what do you mean?
How did it help? How did it help?
Lakhs and lakhs of Pakistanis appreciated it.
How did it help?
You know,
Mr. Kulkarni,
how did it help, Mr. Kulkarni?
So what is wrong?
You know, this is the only way.
How did it help?
We have to touch the hearts and minds of the peace-loving people of Pakistan.
Come on, Mr. Who are you? Who are you pushing this line? This is exactly what Nawaz Sharif wants. That man, Nawaz Sharif, sir, if you follow his career, for the last 25 years,
do you think
for the last 25 years, Nawaz Sharif has been peddling better cricketing relations between India and Pakistan. He does the biggest festivals for cricket. Tell me, does that make Nawaz Sharif change his position vis-a-vis supporting the ISI, supporting Kargil, and also supporting the Uri attacks? Please tell me, is better cricketing relations going to improve the situation across the border? You answer my question.
Soft power. Hard power plus soft power.
Either you are unreal about the situation. I think you're unreal about the situation.
Don't talk about...
One second. Gaurav Bhatia is responding at this point. Gaurav Bhatia and Colonel Thapar. Yes, Gaurav Bhatia. Colonel Arya.
We do not need...
Major Arya.
We do not need soft power to deal with Pakistan. We need hard power to deal with Pakistan. Now, as far as Salman Khan is concerned, this person has broken the law time and again, and he's never been punished. This is why he has the courage to open his mouth and speak nonsense. Had the government put him in jail, he would have been in his senses and not spoken all this on national TV. Now, as far as Mr. Kulkarni is concerned, he's saying about Mehdi Hassan's letter, what he wrote to Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, all that is in the past and it does not matter. It is absolutely nonsensical.
No.
Atal Bihari Vajpayee's letter to Mehdi Hassan.
Yeah,
makes no difference. Makes no difference.
And
does not
letter here.
Give the time. If Kulkarni,
the viewers are entitled to know what one of our greatest prime ministers said in a time of crisis.
Can I say one thing to you, sir? Pinch yourself, get real.
One second.
Colonel Thapar, 1 minute. No, one second.
I am intimately concerned with Kargil. Let me tell Kulkarni that this letter which is flashing around has been there for 20 years. Your so-called soft power, what has it done? We've lost thousands of people thereafter. Who's going to make good that? So you can frame that letter and put it somewhere in your drawing room.
What we need to do is project hard power and break the Pakistani army's spine. We don't need any soft power with Pakistan. It's an enemy country. It's an enemy state.
Absolutely it is. And I'd say this, people like Sudheendra Kulkarni need to realize, and Mayank Shekhar as well perhaps, the soft power, what is this rubbish about soft power? We've seen the soft power, nothing came of it. Now India's hard power will be seen. That's the only solution vis-a-vis Pakistan. All this soft power and all that, I don't know which groups benefit from this. Malavika Avinash.
Here is a Prime Minister and his entire government which has been striving for the last 2 years to culturally, to politically and diplomatically isolate Pakistan. And we are speaking of cultural exchange at a time of war? What soft power are we talking about? And in what way has Pakistan enriched our culture, really speaking?
We are not at war.
Of course we are.
We are not at war.
Of course we are.
Of course,
Every effort is being made to prevent a war. We are not at war.
By whom? By who?
Mr. Kulkarni, war happens when soldiers die.
Trying to stop it, you're right.
There is no war.
But Pak is on war, no? Pak is on war.
Don't pretend that
India
we are
is
at war.
India is stopping war. Pakistan is on war. Pakistan is trying its all the best to go at war with India and you'll pinch it.
Okay, question for
1,000 cuts, you remember.
Question for Mayank Shekhar. Mayank Shekhar, how do you think, one second, Mayank Shekhar, how do you think having chai together or sharing love for clothes or cinema or sharing some adoration for music going to give justice to those people who have lost their lives because of Pakistani terror? Please tell me, how does it help? Because I don't understand this. Maybe there's some philosophical construct that some people understand. I don't. Normal people like me don't understand. Mayank Shekhar, what do you think? How is it going to help?
You know, Arnab, it's really not about, it's really not about how something will help or not help. The larger question is you cannot stop it. Whether you like it or not,
Stop
people
what?
from Pakistan will
Stop
read
what?
Dalit.
Stop
Whether
what?
you like it or not, people in India will read Manto. Now that cannot be stopped.
Yeah.
Art, as I've been saying, in the past debates too, is borderless. You cannot put a restriction to it because you won't be able to do it. Even if you wanted to, because that is a shared cultural paradigm that we live in. Okay, but my bigger problem, Arnab, if I can just finish my point, my bigger problem, Arnab, is in what's going on right now. My bigger problem is that in the name, I don't know what kind of patriotism is this, that in its name, forget Pakistanis, we're constantly attacking, humiliating and insulting our own citizens, and some of the really, really old people.
No.
I mean, Om Puri's already said sorry.
Insulting
going after him.
What do you want us to do?
Insulting whom? Insulting whom?
Shallow, Shambanigal, we're berating Saeed Mirza.
So,
I mean,
no, one second, Mayank, 1 minute. Mayank, 1 second. Just one point. Mayank, listen. 1 second, Colonel Thapar, stop 1 minute. You see, Mayank, 1 second. 1 second.
Are these people the enemies?
1 second, Mayank Shekhar, wait. Now, it's not my problem if some people have been put on a high horse or an ivory tower, and if they've been considered to be some priests who nobody can question. Now, pseudo-liberals may feel that way. But as far as I'm concerned, if I'm going to be able to, I can factually counter anyone.
Why are you calling them
and
names?
I'm factually countering Syed Mirza. I'm ready to factually counter Sham Benegal and Om Puri. Factually. I'm questioning the coherence of their argument with facts. My point is, I'm saying present an intellectually coherent argument. Mayank, listen. Please contribute. But if somebody questions you with stronger facts, then we should not feel disturbed either. Nobody should. And so what if nobody questions Sham Benegal and Syed Mirza and Om Puri till now? If I'm questioning it, it's all right. I have a right to disagree. I don't hold a view that I have to be a cheerleader with people who you feel are the unquestioned intellectual icons of this country, because they are not, if they are not real to the situation and the pain of the people in this country, that they are not. And you, the last time you came on the Newshour, Mayank Shekhar, you questioned what exactly, and I can quote to you para chapter and verse, you said, should the Pakistani artists say and whether they should release a press statement that they hate the government of Pakistan? Let me tell you, that was on the 23rd of September, and since then, Mayank Shekhar, 9 ceasefire violations in 48 hours, 2 terror attacks, and 1 BSF Jawan martyred. There has not been one word of condemnation from the Pakistanis artists, and you're still telling me that not condemning terror is still fair.
Since then,
no, why? Why? And by the way, why do you want a sense of unilateralism? No, 1 second. On a larger issue which you raised to me, why should there be a unilateral thought in our national discourse? I'm sorry. If the left liberals, if the pseudo left liberals, And it's my democratic right to call them that. If the pseudo-left liberals, I'm sorry, Mayank Shekhar, if the pseudo-left liberals think a certain way and have got away with it for far too long, do I not have a right to question them? Nobody should question any of them. They should be put up there and nobody should question them. Colonel Thapar shouldn't question them.
You brought up that point, Arnab. Since then, what has happened?
And by the way, since you talk about you use the word humiliate and insult, I want to ask you, Mayank Shekhar, do you think Om Puri, Mayank, do you think Om Puri humiliated and insulted all the martyrs yesterday, Mayank? Do you think Om Puri humiliated and insulted all the martyrs yesterday, Mayank? Answer my question here. Very specific. Do you think he did?
He's saying sorry. He's saying sorry. He's saying he stands guilty. What more do you want to do to him?
Mayank, I have a suggestion for you.
Even Pakistan is saying sorry.
Mayank, I have a suggestion for you. Please put together an Indo-Pak artist team, take them to border and have a cultural exchange there. Have a wonderful orchestra there for Pakistani Indian Army. That will be a great idea of having a cultural exchange. Bring your artists together, bring your Atif Aslam and everybody, bring along your Indian artists, take them to the border. And by the way, have a wonderful cultural exchange on the border. And by the way, just one second. By the way, Colonel V.N. Thapar is of the same vintage, if not more, than Om Puri. Okay? If he was also humiliated yesterday.
And we should not insult anybody.
Nobody is insulting anyone, but he has a right to question everyone, including Om Puri, Shyam Benegal, Salman Khan, and the whole lot of them.
Because you felt that he was being humiliated.
No, the problem with you is, Mayank, when you feel it's the responsibility of the other side to present an argument. Present your argument. Sudheendra Kulkarni has presented the argument. He's free to present his argument, right? But so do I.
Okay.
That's what our democracy is about, right?
Sure.
No, I think what is required,
do we need to change? Do we need to call them mafia? Do we need to call them shallow? Any less of a patriot than somebody else is? It's unfair, right? I mean,
You know what, Mayank, equally. No, one sec, Mayank, equally. If someone speaks up for the country, he's rhetorical. If someone presents a presents a nationalist discourse, he's hyper-nationalist. If someone speaks up for India, he's a right-winger.
No.
That's what your friends say. But that's not.
So Mayank, remember, the shoe pinches on the other foot.
Anyway.
No, the shoe pinches on the other foot. Remember that logic applies. And today, Mayank, you know that the consensus in this country is not with you or Sudheendra Kulkarni. Do you believe Sudheendra Kulkarni this way the country feels today? You feel the pain, and my question to you is, okay, go on, Mr. Arnab, you say I'm not letting you speak.
If you think that the people of India still have respect for Atal Bihari Vajpayee, I want to read out just a few lines because they are very, very pertinent.
Did it end terrorism?
Soon after.
Did it end terrorism?
No, will you please let me have my say?
Did it end terrorism?
The way I want to have it?
No, but did it end terrorism? No. A letter to a Mehdi Hassan did end terrorism.
Your music, like that of all the great artists of India and Pakistan, reminds us of the many common bonds of culture and spirituality that unite our two countries. Its equal popularity on both sides of the border illustrates that a life of peace and goodwill and a readiness to appreciate the best of each other is the natural aspiration of our two peoples. And then he invited Mehdi Hassan, a Pakistani singer, to come and perform at his
what the army is doing at the border, sir.
This is what it takes.
They are guarding our lives, sir.
Okay. I didn't interrupt you. My dear friend, I didn't interrupt you.
Calm down.
The only way we can put an end to all the problems is a proper balanced combination of hard power as well as soft power, and by reaching out to our sisters and brothers. You had an interview with Hamid Karzai. He supported India's surgical strike, and I have exact verbatim. He says, people of Pakistan, our sisters and brothers, and the people of Pakistan are as much victims of terrorism as we are in Afghanistan, as you are in India. And therefore, let us have a partnership between the people of Pakistan and the Indian people. Let's forge a joint front against extremism and terrorism and support our two governments. to do the same. That's the way to go forward.
Okay, one, two,
There are no Pakistani artists to criticize terrorism. They did not.
They are also our partners.
Yes, but they did not criticize terrorism. That
Sir,
is the
these
problem.
are not artists of such great caliber.
Can I ask
the
one question?
The ones that Salman Khan and the others are trying to defend.
No, one sec. This one.
If they were of such caliber, then they would have condemned terrorism.
Malavika, I have a question for Sudheendra Kulkarni.
Who are you speaking for, sir, really?
Malavika, I have a question for Sudheendra Kulkarni. Sudheendra Kulkarni, just tell me, explain this to me, okay? Explain to the viewers that this particular BSF martyrs family, how will you tell them that a ghazal recital is going to help things between India and Pakistan? Suppose you are face to face with them. How will you tell? A Qawwali session, ghazal recital, the kind of things that you like, right? Art, culture, cinema, music, poetry, all things nice. You are going to be, if you are face to face with the martyrs family, how will you explain it to them that how is this going to help? Tell me.
You know, when
tell me.
a mature nation deals with a
so they are
crisis
immature.
situation,
So the families are immature.
don't put words in my mouth, my dear friend.
No, what do you mean immature nation?
I didn't
Who is
say
being
that.
immature here?
I am saying that we need to have a combination of hard power, political response, diplomatic response,
you know how I interpret that? You know how I interpret that?
Everything together.
You know how I interpret
That's
that? Once,
maturity.
Mr. Kulkarni, don't teach me maturity. I'll tell you how I interpret that. 1 second, Colonel Thapar, coming to you, sir. But you know how I interpret that? I interpret that, let the soldiers die.
No.
We'll continue our ghazal recitals.
That's not. We feel as much for our soldiers as
we'll
you
continue
do.
our ghazal recital seminars and cocktail circuit.
We want to end every single Indian Jawan dying.
Major Arya.
There should be no more deaths.
Major Arya
to Lahore. Vajpayee ji took a bus to Lahore, and next time Musharraf attacked Kargil.
Right.
This is their way of soft power.
Colonel Thapar, please. 1 second. Calm down, gentlemen. Colonel Thapar.
First, I want to verbatim give the response of that young widow who only requested कि इसका पाकिस्तानी का सिर में गोली मारो and kill him. He's killed my husband. That was the response. And for young Mayank, I would like to request him. I would request him. He must be wandering all over the world. Just go to the border, stay a few days with the boys who are fighting over there. After that, you make a second trip to the widows who have lost their husbands. You will stop talking like this.
Arnab, I'd like to...
No, Mayank, let Mayank respond. Let Mayank, if you want to respond to him, Mayank.
No, but what am I talking like? If I'm saying that in the name of patriotism, if you're going to be attacking our own citizens and humiliating them,
what is the name of patriotism?
Not, right?
Not what is the name of patriotism?
Who has insulted
the name of patriotism?
You cannot close it.
One second.
If a person loves Mehndi Hasan, they'll hear it at home. They will.
Yeah, so listen to it. So Mayank, listen, Mayank. If a person, 1 second, Malavika is responding to you again. Mayank, listen. If you, Mayank, listen. Listen, Mayank, 1 minute. If you love Mehdi Hasan, get a CD, listen to it. If you love Fawad Khan, watch him. Get a CD, listen to it, always, and even let Fawad Khan perform. But the question is, if Fawad Khan says, I'm not going to say one word as Indians die, then I also have a right to ask, why don't you say one word when Indians die?
He won't even
That's all. That's all. Day. 1 second. And Malavika wants to make a point.
It says a lot about the Pakistani state and where he lives.
And that's not it.
It says a lot about that place than this place.
At a time like this, we do not need to engage with them culturally or whatsoever.
I think you know that, Arnab. That's the level.
When there is de-escalation, then everybody is welcome.
That's not the kind of frenzy we want in this country.
But at a time like this,
you start getting attacked and humiliated and insulted and being told all kinds of things. You are anti-national. You are all kinds of things.
Mayank Shekhar, you know what? Again, you are resorting. 1 second. Mayank, again you are resorting to what is unfortunately the classic temptation of someone whom fears he's on the losing side of the debate, that you begin to construct things. Did anybody say throw them out, ban them?
No.
Don't let them work in India? 1 second. You can't make up things, you know. You cannot make up things. You cannot. No, 1 second. 1 second. What am I saying? What am I saying? I am saying, please speak up against terrorism. Please speak up against terrorism. That's it. Speak up against terrorism and come back. Work.
And what am I saying? I am saying you know very well, given the state of Pakistan, if they speak up anything, they're likely to be bumped off.
Oh, Mayank, Shekhar, what a pack of lies.
So then
No, one sec. Mayank, I'm glad you said that, because that is Malavika, if I may. One sec. Malavika.
Let them take Indian citizenship like Adnan Sami.
This argument has been made since yesterday by some people. That poor Fawad, if he says anything, he will be bumped off in Pakistan. Now my question is, therefore Fawad is scared of terrorists in Pakistan, right? Okay. If Fawad is scared of terrorists in Pakistan, please tell me, how is it that Fawad Khan made the strongest comments against the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Taliban when they killed 139 children in the Peshawar school? He was not scared then? Even the singer, whatever his name is, Atif Aslam or something, or Mahira Khan, she spoke about the Orlando shootings. They were not scared about speaking about the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Taliban. When the terrorist victims of terrorism were Pakistani children, but when Indian men, women and children are killed, they get scared. So explain that to me.
What are you implying?
I am implying that they are selective in their outrage. They get angry when Pakistanis die. I'm not even implying. I don't speak indirectly, Mayank. I think you know me for well now. I say things. I'm telling you, they get very hurt when Pakistanis die, when Parisians die, when Americans die. But when Indians die, they don't give a damn. Or they should have spoken by now. If they speak, I'll say they do.
Are you saying that they're anti-India?
No, I'm not saying. What am I saying? What am I saying? I'm not constructing generalizations, and now you're again resorting to the classical. I am saying, do they? I want to know that it hurts them. I want to know that it hurts them when Pakistani terrorists kill Indian citizens. I want to know, Mayank. That's all.
But that you can only ask them. But by that logic, if you're implying that they're anti-India...
No, one sec. I'm not used those general anti-pro. I don't care. I don't expect a Pakistani to be pro-India. Listen to me. I'm not unreal. Mayank, I live in the real world. I don't expect any Pakistani to be pro-India, Mayank. I don't expect any Pakistani to be pro-India. But I want to know that you're anti-terrorism. That is it, right, Major Arya? That's it.
Absolutely. You've hit the nail on the head, Arnab.
So what would you like them to do?
That's all we are asking. Is he? No, Mayank, you have to understand this. All we ask is one simple question. Will you condemn terror or will you not condemn terror?
I am not holding the brief for all these guys.
Now you'll say that. You agree with me on that. Sudheendra Kulkarni, you agree with me.
All this while defending them.
And I would like to tell one thing to Mr. Sudheendra Kulkarni here.
Yeah, go on.
You said that we are not at war with Pakistan. I would like to tell you, just hold on please, hold on. We have been at a state of war with Pakistan for the past 70 years. We have lost thousands of men, women and children to activities which are planned, financed and activated in Pakistan. You cannot say that we are not at a state of war with Pakistan.
This is certainly not the position of the government of India, not the position of the Prime Minister of India, my dear friend.
My dear sir, I don't care whose position it is. This is
your
the position of the soldiers who
it's not
die
the
on the
position of the
border.
government of India.
I don't care.
This position.
It is the position of the soldiers who die on the line of control.
But it is not the position of the government of India.
But people are government.
So who cares about the government of India?
The government has never declared that we are at war.
Of people. That is why these strikes took place. This surgical strike took place because of pressure of people. Otherwise, for 25 years, why there was no surgical strike?
In fact, the government is saying that we have not
so many
hit the Pakistan military.
All right.
Only an anti-terror strike.
I'd only say this.
Fighting a terrorist state.
I'd only say this.
Which is ruling Pakistan.
I'd only say this at the end. I'd only say this at the end, sir. Poetry, ghazal sessions, like literature festivals, don't end terrorism. If you feel they do, you are entitled to your opinion. I wish you all the best. I thank you all for joining me on debate number 2 on the Newshour tonight. Thank you very much indeed.